My brother got 2 rooms, I got the garage. Years later, when a hurricane left my parents homeless, I reminded them the garage was still available. Something always felt off in my childhood home, though I couldn't quite pinpoint why. It was like a puzzle piece that didn't fit, too subtle to notice unless you stared long enough. Growing up, I sensed an unspoken tension, a quiet divide that lingered in the background. Looking back, I see it clearly now. There was a rift between my brother and me, one I couldn't name as a kid. We were supposed to be a family, but it felt like 2 sets of rules governed our house. I was 12 when the unfairness first hit me. My brother, Caleb, was 9. We just moved into a bigger house, and my parents decided I'd stay in the garage. They framed it as a perk, saying I was older and needed my own space, that the garage was practically as good as any room close to the main house. I bought it at first. Older kids get different setups, right? But the truth was I wasn't getting more space. I was getting less. Far less. Caleb, meanwhile, had 2 rooms, one for sleeping, another for his hobbies. I was stuck in the garage, told it was fine, that I could make it my own. I didn't question it much at first. As the older sibling, I figured I had to deal with it. But small things started gnawing at me. One day, I mustered the courage to ask my mom, Sarah, if I could move into one of the spare rooms inside. I was tired of the garage's constant drafts and the feeling of being cut off from the family. I approached her in the kitchen, where she was prepping dinner. "Mom, maybe I could move into one of the rooms inside, something less garage-like," I said, keeping my tone light. Her expression shifted instantly, like I'd crossed a line. "Nate," she said, drying her hands on a towel, "we've been over this. Caleb needs the space for his projects. You know how important his music is." I stood there, stunned. Music. Caleb tinkered with a guitar sometimes, but it wasn't some grand passion. Meanwhile, I wasn't even allowed to keep my books in the garage without them getting damp. "You're fine, Nate," she added, not meeting my eyes. "The garage is like your own hideout." It didn't feel like a hideout. It felt like I was an outsider. I didn't push back then. What could a 12-year-old say? Over time, the unfairness sank in deeper. I'd pass Caleb's rooms, his 2 rooms, and feel a knot in my chest. It wasn't just envy, it was confusion. Why did he need so much? One night it hit me hard. Caleb had friends over, their laughter echoing through the house while I tried to study in the garage. The cold, dim space felt suffocating, their joy a stark contrast to my isolation. I went inside for a drink and overheard my parents talking with Caleb at the dining table. "Caleb's music is really coming along," my dad, Mark, said, his voice full of pride. "We need to nurture that talent." I froze. Talent. I didn't even know Caleb was that serious about music. Why was it suddenly the center of everything? Without thinking, I spoke up. "Why does he need 2 rooms for music? I don't even have one." The room went silent. My mom's face softened, but not with understanding, with pity. "Nate, you know Caleb has unique needs," she said quietly, like I was too young to get it. "His needs are different." It felt like a slap. Unique needs. "I don't have unique needs," I asked, my voice trembling. Caleb glanced at me, puzzled, like he didn't get why I was upset. My parents never explained it to him. They never explained it to me either. I stormed back to the garage, slamming the door. We can't share the full story in this short video. Click the link in the description to watch the complete story. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like.